Do you know also that during the dating process and then the marriage itself, there are two different things?
Yes, that is why when you are dating, you must be real with your partner. This is what I do for a living.
Right there. On Moans Cuddles today, we're discussing balancing togetherness and individuality in marriage. My guest today is Reverend John Cato. I have Mrs. Stella Ifriye Ankra and I have Mr. Rockson Gales. My name is Patricia Rocksod Hammond. We want to understand marriage and individuality. When should the balance come in? When should I decide that I'm married, so I have to leave all my single life and concentrate on my family? Where does the balance come in? And I would like to start with the first female among us, Madam Stella Ifriye Ankra. You've been married for several years. Like how many years now?
25.
25.
Going on 26.
Wow. 26 years of marriage. Yeah. Balancing together individuality and togetherness. In the beginning, how was it like?
It's not easy. We are we are first individuals, okay? You've grown up for about maybe 26, 27, 28 years before getting married. You've shaped your character, you've shaped your life, you do things, and after 18, hopefully, you are taking decisions on your own. So it could be that you've taken decisions for the next 10 years before you get married, and now you have to share it with somebody. So you formed yourself, but the person fell in love with you. So it's not easy. You would now have to think about the person you've married, but then you should have also considered all those things before getting married to know that even as I am an individual in a marriage, I still have to consider the next person, the person I am marrying, to also make some sacrifices so that we can both combine our individuality to create a union. So it's not easy, but it's very achievable. It's the state of mind. Mm-hmm. It's what you decide to do. Is you decide that you're going to create a family. Of course, if you're going to create a family, it's now not you alone. You're going to have to add the other people and consider their feelings, consider their thoughts, consider their emotions above all. And then also consider their lives to see how best you can all live together harmoniously. So yes, it's difficult, but it's doable. And let me start off by saying that you should not kill your individuality in your marriage. And I'm saying that broadly, but where you also know that we are not an island. We are not islands.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you are definitely going to have to consider the next person. No man is an island.
Reverend, you don't kill, she says you should not kill your individuality because of marriage.
Yes.
I love to go out with my girls.
Yeah.
Whether I'm married, but I love to go out with my girls.
Yeah.
She's saying that I shouldn't kill that because I'm married. Yes. But in this case, my husband also needs me at home. How should I do it?
You can go out with your girls, but you see...
Anytime at all, right?
Not anytime at all.
That is the thing.
Not anytime at all. You know, there is this we call the law of first mention. The very mention of marriage in the Bible the first time was in Genesis 2:18, where God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone, so I will create for him a companion." So marriage first is for companionship, secondly for procreation, and third for redemption. So companionship, where two people will come together, agree on what to do and what not to do, and agree that they are living their lives as one. So when you enter into marriage, you must enter with that understanding. Somebody is going to sacrifice their lives for you. Exactly. You are also going to sacrifice your life for them. So any other thing you do outside the two of you must be on agreement.
That is the
so
thing.
I want to go out with my girls. I want to go out with my boys. Is it okay for you We are going out this day, this time. We'll come back this time.
Meaning you have to ask permission for
You
everything
discuss.
you do.
It's
You are not
it's
asking permission per se,
It's
but you
making your
discuss.
partner aware.
Because maybe it may affect your plans for the day or for the week. Because it is family first. And that understanding must be made clear. That is why if you blessed your marriage in the church, before you even enter into the vows, out of the marriage ceremony, the vows committing you as a husband, as a wife, takes only 5 minutes. All that we say before we now ask you to turn and face each other. A marriage is a holy institution ordained by God, hallowed by our Lord's gracious presence in the marriage of Canaan in Galilee, into this holy estate, so and so wants to enter into. Then we make mention, you must enter into it unadvisedly. You must be advised. You must have studied and asked questions. What is it in it for me? What can I do? What can I not do?
But with all of those counseling, do
Yes.
you get enough? Like, because it's like the
there
marriage is
isn't
not the
enough.
At least
reality.
we give you the basics. So at that point, when now you are going to commit yourselves each to the other, we give you the final opportunity to make your intentions clear and known, and to also give us your consent. That is why we ask, if you do, say yes, I do. Do you accept this man so and so to be your wedded husband in the holy estate of matrimony? Do you now pledge your love, your commitment, your this, that? If you do, say yes, I do. We ask the other party also. After that, when you have given us your consent, made your intentions known, then we say, hold your hands. Now you are going to promise each to the other before you seal it with a ring. So at that point, if you realize that entering into this marriage is going to deny you and your girls, you and your boys, having your own time.
Not to cut you, but
declare it.
do you know that sometimes
Yes.
At that moment, I'm coming
Yes.
to Mr. Rockson,
Yes.
at that very moment,
Yes.
you are promising each other,
Yes.
but when you leave that place, you're not
Yes.
facing reality.
Okay.
That is the thing.
You're not facing Rockson.
In
Since
fact-
how long have you been married?
In fact, before, let me just add, with the vows, most people just recite them.
Yes.
By rote. They don't even think about it.
It's just
In
the ceremony.
counseling,
Yes,
they
but they
feel,
shouldn't.
you know, when you are in love, it's a very rosy thing. In counseling, you can tell that, look, they are just seeing the roses. Even when you are letting them to some of the things that can happen, because they are in that very rosy, very sweet space, they feel that, oh no, it's others. Until they get into the real
the
thing and
reality
realize
hits.
that
Yeah.
reality hits with a
Yeah.
bang.
Yeah.
Have you been hit by reality?
I feel that yes, we are married. Yes, before marriage, I had my life. You had your life. I'll respect your space. I'll respect marriage. I'll respect the whole system, the whole institution of marriage. But then, let's take it, I'm in a business space. And so even what time I come home is undefined. I could get home around 12 a.m. and then a call come through. Just when I'm parking, and a call comes through, hey, come back, let's go to Takrady. And I don't have a choice because that's what puts food on the table for me. It doesn't also mean that I'm relegating my fatherly or my responsibility as a father of the house to the back. I only feel that I'll have to give you the space to operate so that I can also have my space to operate.
Yeah, that is where the individuality comes in. You do have a life, but are you also considering how it is affecting
The
your
other person.
partner?
That is where the dating bit comes in.
Good.
Whilst you were dating,
Good.
you should, it was an orientation process for you. It wasn't just about the lovey-dovey and all that.
But do you know also that during the dating process and then the marriage itself,
You make
there are
time.
two different things.
Yes.
Yes, that is why when you are dating, you must be real with
But
your
and-
partner. This is what I do for a living. This is what we are going to live with.
Reverend,
And
so
you
not
have
to
your
cut you
checklist, I
short,
have my
but
checklist.
Yes.
no. But sometimes it is when you get into marriage, then you
Yeah.
realize that the responsibilities of your
Are
business
way
increases.
more.
Yeah,
than you
maybe
expected.
when you were single, it wasn't like, maybe it was just like 20%. But immediately
Good.
you get married, maybe blessings and other
Thank
things.
you.
It increases to 100%.
A lot of discussion. You see, that's why in marriage, communication is very
Key.
important.
Key.
Communication is very important. So you leave home. I'm going to the shop to buy something. You get to the shop and something comes up. You receive a call on your way to the shop.
You communicate.
And so you have to go further. Communicate. Find a way to link. I was going, because if not so, you leave everybody in suspense and you worry everybody for nothing. Because we know you are going to the shop 3 minutes away from the house. You should be back within the shortest possible time.
30 minutes,
You've gone for 30 minutes, 1 hour, you haven't come. We begin wondering and worrying and panicking. So you cause fear and panic. We drive to the shop. We don't see you in the shop. What has happened? You understand? Marriage is not a sold out. When you come to pick my daughter, I've given my daughter's hand in marriage to you. I've not dashed my daughter to you. If I need my daughter, I inquire from you where my daughter is. If I need my son, I inquire from you where my son is. So you, the two in that marriage, must always be up to date with information as to the whereabouts of each other. Because if I need my daughter and I'm calling my daughter is not picking, you are the next alternative to call, to inquire from you. Where is my daughter? Where has my daughter been during the day? How is my daughter? You see, so if I have that responsibility to be able to tell your family your whereabouts and how you are feeling for the day or how you are doing for the day, then I demand the update of every bit of information I must know from you. So you are going out with boys, you are going out with girls. You want to spend some time together as old students, as a group in the church, or as work colleagues, or as a neighborhood association. I must know.
Even church activity.
Thank you. I must know. Even if you are going to church, as important as any spiritual activity in the church will be, if you are leaving your office to church, I must know. From work, you are going to church. From church, you will come home. Or you will pass somewhere, sit and check up on somebody. You understand? It doesn't deny you spending time with your friends or arranging to go on a trip with friends, but it must be with your spouse's consent. You understand?
Yeah, I have to go on a break, but
Yeah.
Rockson, there are days, okay, like business, they always say business.
Yeah.
Business calls you, you leave at you come back at 12 a.m.
Yeah.
Another call comes. Sometimes when the call comes, there's a call to go drink. And you'll be away for like another like 2 to 3 hours before coming back home. Auntie Stella asks, do you, in that case, do you consider your partner's emotions?
Definitely.
Maybe at that moment, she needs you around.
That's it.
Okay.
So how do you balance this two?
I have a principle that
Good.
in as much as I have to, and this is it. You step out with friends, you go and sit down. Most of the times it's a network table.
Okay.
Because you have to identify who you are. I won't go sit down with just anybody.
So what the friendship
So
brings you.
It's about what the friendship brings to the table. Most of these guys are lawyers. Most of these guys are bankers. And when we meet, it's not just about let's meet and just have fun. Sometimes we are dissecting business.
Yeah.
We are talking business. All right.
As late as 2, 3, 4 a.m.
Yes. And these are, let's not forget, these are bankers who are doing 8 to 5. The only time they will get for you
Be after 5.
to give you some of the tidbits in town or some of the things you can do to, increase your, and don't forget, your network is your net worth.
There's
And
absolutely nothing
so
wrong with that.
when
But
I
how
am stepping
often?
when I'm stepping out, I will conscientize you to let you know that today is a friend's birthday, and you know this friend. So we'll be sitting, and I'll go as far as telling you where we are meeting.
That's
The reason why
part.
the reason why I will tell you about where we are meeting is because I wouldn't want someone to give you a reporter speech.
Good.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, you know what, we'll be meeting at this place, that place. And in this guy's house, today is his birthday. You know it's a Friday. And there are times you yourself will tell me, hey, as today is this guy's birthday.
You are not coming.
Right?
Yeah.
So I say, I have considered you.
That is it.
I will conscientize you because as at that time, maybe if I have a fatherly role to play, I'll make sure I will squeeze 2 hours. And so I always come to the table late. I would squeeze
And
2 hours or an hour.
that is
Make
about
time
the
for family.
compromise I was talking about.
Yeah, before we
But
come,
I will also not relegate that, or I will also not cut it off. Say, okay, because I have this, I have a family, and so I have a life too.
he has a life
Yes, I
too.
have a life.
We'll be going on a quick break. We'll be right back to continue the conversation.
Everyone needs the perfect snack to munch on during a fun moment.
Wow.
Enjoy the tasty McBerry Twist cupcakes, deliciously baked and packaged for a sweet treat. Premium quality cakes baked with love for all, enriched in butter and milk.
Yummy. Oh.
McBerry Twist cupcakes, simply irresistible. Try one today. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back from that quick break. The show is still Moans and Cuddles on Ghanaweb TV with me, Patricia Rocksod Hammond. We're discussing balancing togetherness and individuality in marriage. And my 3 powerful guests have been keeping this show very interactive and very educative. I'm coming back to my first female again. How often?
That is the question.
Because
How often?
at the end of the day, how do we ensure that my hobbies and my business does not overshadow my responsibilities at home?
First and foremost, as an individual, even with your work life, you have to create the time for work and the time for yourself, because you cannot run on fumes. If you are always working, you will burn out. So you already have to create time for yourself, time for your interests and other things. It can't be just work all throughout.
If it cannot be worked through, you're supposed to put food on the table. And
Yes.
some people, naturally, they are workaholics. They don't have time for hobbies. They don't have time for
But
leisure.
you see, one thing that you are
So
also...
it has to be work,
you
work.
Do you work till you drop dead? Because what is happening is that a lot of people are so dedicated to work. After they retire, they do not have a life. And most people die early as a result of that. They do not have a social life. They do not have a family life. And that is what I normally want to caution the men to be aware of. Because the woman will have a social life after retirement, can move on with her children, grandchildren. Do you know that saying that they be a man in a corre and and I say even here is the women who go. Why not the men? The men cannot equally do the same thing. But you were not there, so your children don't identify with you. Even your wife can go apart from you. Even your parents can go apart from you. If you are so solely focused on work, you're not thinking about anything else. You're going to lead. You might as well stay single and just do work, finish work, don't even enjoy what you worked for, and die off. And that is what will happen. So plan your work life, create time for family, create time specifically for yourself, because that's where you need to grow as a person. You need to grow emotionally, you need to grow spiritually, you need to grow physically. If you are so focused on work to the detriment of your physical life, what is the need for the work then? You're going to spend every money you get on medical bills. The same way you brought in a wife, you have children. Yes, you have work. Create the time to spend with family as well. So it is important for you to have a balanced life. Create a time to do the things that interest you, the hobbies you like. But that should not impinge on the time with family. You know, as we went off break, we were talking about how you've worked, you come home, family time, you're so tired, you're sleeping. That is not quality time with your partner or with your children. So in as much as you work, and I will say it again, those married to reverend ministers and pastors, at times I feel sorry for them, because the church can take so much of your time. I mean, our father is always on demand. I'm wondering, what time is he spending with his wife? And then they go home and there are calls. His work does not end in the office, at least not in CEM. There are constant calls. Even me as a counselor, the calls at times I get, there are some times when my husband will tell me, look, it is time, I need you to do things for me. So I will tell the counselees on, even though they have an issue, give me some time, let me see to, because you didn't do that, that's why you've had issues and you've come to me anyway. Let me see to my husband, or let me see to an urgent need, or this. I will give you a counseling time when I know I've cleared the schedule for you. It is planning. And I don't counsel just for church. It happens I'm also in other groups. I also have a life of myself. So I meet other people. And so I have, in fact, for now, I even counsel more outside of the church. So I have to make sure that I'm creating time so that I can go as an individual. I can have time for my children. And we don't leave the children out. Rockson mentioned about doing his fatherly duties. He will not let that impinge. He will not let business impinge on his fatherly duties. That is most important. You have to network with friends to bring in more business. Yes. Are you going to do it every evening? That's not practical. That is just trying to enjoy your life out there as you were as an individual.
But
right now, you are a couple.
in this economy, you realize that it can be more than the time you have
are you
at
going
home.
to work till you die? You have to create time. You have to create time to even eat at proper times. You have to create time to rest, sleep, rejuvenate. You have to be intentional about planning such that you give each part of your life something. So it's not about sacrificing your individuality. It's about enhancing your marriage. Your individuality can enhance your marriage. I love reading. I love, for now, my passion is Korean series. Netflix, what it will do to us, you know. But it doesn't mean that when my husband walks through because I'm more at home now. I work from home and everything. It doesn't mean that when my husband gets home, I'm so focused on my Korean series, I'm not going to see to him. I'm not going to chat with him. I have to connect with him. He has to be able to tell me what he is planning. I have to be able to tell him what I'm planning. So, for instance, today we have a birthday party we have to attend. So when the call came in for this, I had to look at the time. How will it affect our outing? Okay, it's arranged. It is this. So I will tell him.
You even make time for outings.
So I made time for this, and I also made time for his, because I have to accompany him to a friend's birthday. It's also to honor the man. I'm helping my husband honor a father. So I have to create the time for it. Is this something that I would have done alone? Or no, I'd have had more time for myself or had more time to do something else. So it's about planning.
And you know,
okay.
You know, even sometimes our businesses or our corporate institution even think about the family. And so you, the one in the family, cannot be in the family and not think about the family. Because if your institution is well-to-do and they give privileges like medical attention to your wife or your spouse and children, and they give certain privileges, like maybe if you are up there, you are in the bracket of entitlement to a vacation, you understand, whether abroad or locally, they have thought about your marriage and your home. That is why they are giving those privileges to your family. So you, the one working with that institution, for which reason your family is benefiting from those privileges, cannot ignore or cannot use your individuality to sideline your family if your company has thought about your family. You understand? The family matters in every sense. And spending time with the family is as important as the productivity in your workplace. You understand? So we must balance it. We must balance it. And we must, like Auntie Stella said, you must be intentional, you must be deliberate, you must be strategic. So if you don't have much time to spend with the family, that time that you have, what do you do? You must plan.
In this case, how much time is enough? Time for the family?
No time is enough.
It's about the quality. I mean, I feel that because I'm always on the run or I'm always on the go, even if it is 5 minutes, the way I'll...
You're not distracted by work.
No. No, I'll pick my calls, all right. When calls are coming from the farm, I'll pick. Calls coming from town, I'll pick. But this is it. I am intentional about it. Today is a Saturday. I'm giving 2-3 hours to my family before I do it. I step out. Let's take note. Sometimes family is not just about your children, your wife,
The extended,
your father,
your
somewhere,
church family,
church family.
the
There's
social family.
there's a social family, and all these come together to make that broad family. Because tomorrow, when you are no more, it's about the people, the lives you touched. You understand, or the people you impacted into their lives. So Saturdays, you realize that there are weddings here and there, funerals here and there, and you're asking yourself, this Saturday I need to make time for my people. Yeah, I'm stepping out already. But this is it. Even if it's an hour, I'll squeeze myself. I'll prefer getting there late and being branded a late comer than not to spend time with family. If I have a sick father on the bed, why would I leave my sick father on the bed and go for a wedding just because I need to be there earlier? I'll just make time for my dad first. See to his needs. And some of these things about, like I was saying earlier, it's about being intentional about it. When you are intentional about it, you get to maximize the little time that it comes with, even if it's 5 minutes. The way you cuddle your kids, the way you smile with them, the way you kiss them all over. They know that even if my daddy is home for 5 minutes, that time is precious.
You get the best of him.
You get the best of him.
Okay, I want to find out, so how can couples find a balance between spending quality time together and allowing each other space for personal pursuits and friendships?
I have a year group, a vibrant, in fact, various year groups I belong to. And for me, Motown 88, we have a very vibrant family. We consider ourselves siblings. My primary school, going back, those I grew up with, going back 40, 50 years, I was so very vibrant. My husband knows them, or knows some of them, and knows our schedules. So I tell you, I have this program. Because when I go and spend time with somebody I grew up with, I feel relaxed, I feel refreshed. I come back and you receive a better me. Do you understand? So I'll create it does not mean that, and he's aware, he's friends with most of these people. And you telling me, oh, well, we have a program. The day before my birthday was on Tuesday. So the Monday, a friend came in from the US. So we had a pre-birthday bash, just 3 girls. We sat down, we chatted. That 2 hours is not taken away from me because I came back happy, telling him what was happening. He enjoyed the time we spent after when we related what happened. So you can have your girls, boys, the year group thing. But are you going every day, every evening, every hour? When you are free, I'm going here. You are never home. That is what is creating problems in marriages.
I want to push that question to Reverend because with the nature of his job, he's always away, Monday to Sunday.
Yes.
And as Auntie Stella said, your work doesn't end at the church. It continues even to the house. There are days that you are home, you still have to rush back, midnight, 2 a.m. at dawn, every time.
And when we need him, we have to call him.
Can I say that it is the same people who are calling you, the same people you are shepherding, are the same people who are virtually going to destroy your home because they're virtually taking like 99% of your time. And they're the same people that you speak to about the home, how to care for your family and other
things. So let me put it well for you.
Okay.
The same people who engage you and get you to be there for them are the same people who will judge you as to how you are managing and handling your home.
Exactly.
So you have to balance it.
And how do you do that?
You balance it that there are things you can give it some time. There are things that are not a life and death situation. There are things that you can also delegate other people to stand in for you. So you spend time with your family. You must balance it. You must plan it. You understand? So it's not every call you receive that you run. There are certain challenges that you can get solution for just being on the phone. You make 1 or 2 calls, solution is gotten. and then you spend the time with your family.
In a situation where maybe you want to step out, maybe the
Yes.
man or the woman, you want
Yes.
to have your space, but unfortunately your spouse is also asking, like demanding for that space that you want to have. What do you do? Let me start from you. That will be my last question. Let me start
Okay.
from you.
Um,
You want to really
I want to step out, and then if I'm getting it right, I want to step out, and my partner also wants my time.
yeah.
Okay, so it's about my
Sacrifice.
priorities. It's about priorities. I mean,
Money,
It
wife.
depends on what.
Wait,
you
what
are
is your
stepping out
priority?
for.
no, there should be a fair balance.
Exactly.
Money, wife, there should be a fair balance. If I don't step out, am I capable of doing that some other time, and will I still get the money?
That is the only chance.
That's the only chance.
Uh-huh.
Then if communication is key,
Good.
then I'll communicate for
Sometimes,
it.
you know,
Because
as women, you can tell us
but
everything,
the
but
money is
no,
also
we
needed
still
for
need
the
you.
home.
Yeah,
No,
but
but
we
the
still...
woman is having an emotional breakdown.
Okay.
You can see that this is a situation where I can lose money,
Yes.
but gain my wife's.
Thank you.
Give my wife strength. I will lose the money
Yes.
because it can be made again.
So in this case, you have to prioritize the money
Thank you.
over your spouse,
Or
and
you
that is not
prioritize your
fair.
spouse.
That's
You
prioritize
prioritize
your
your-
spouse
So you
over
weigh,
life.
like what Rockson said, you
it's about the
balance.
situation.
You weigh
What the
it and
situation
see.
brings to the table.
Yes.
If it's not going to cause any harm, if she's not going to die out of my absence, I mean, and this is money, or this is a deal I need to close and bring money, and will help me move faster. And don't forget, we are growing, and so there's this thing I keep telling people, that I have a life, you have a life, and we are in a marriage together. We have to grow individually. No two ways about that. And so I am trying to upgrade myself with school. I'll push you
Good.
to also upgrade yourself
Good.
with school.
Get yourself busy.
Get yourself busy with school, because
Shouldn't always be about the partner.
no, because there is tomorrow, and tomorrow is uncertain. I'm not saying that definitely there's going to be something like a divorce, and so I'm empowering you to take charge of yourself in case there's a divorce. No,
Kind of words.
But there can even be a loss.
anything can happen. If
You
I am
understand?
no
It's not
more,
divorce per se, but
what happens to
when
you?
I'm no more. Yes.
No, here, let me see if I can help you. I think what he's trying to put across is build yourself up, because it brings more to the family.
Empower yourself.
Without factoring in the divorce aspect. The fact that you are getting, if you leave my husband, I'll go as far as getting 10 PhDs. There was a point where I told him, look, now I've taken a pause from learning because I want to do something else. He will encourage you to do it. That is building my individuality up. And it would, when I'm built up, I enhance the family.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Okay.
When he is built up, it enhances the family. It brings benefit to the family.
Good.
But where your individuality is killing your partner, that is what you need to
It's
consider.
becoming selfish.
You become selfish. You are all about your work and about your networking, about yourself. You're not thinking about what the emotional state of your partner is. You're not thinking about how your children are going.
But
when they have an issue, it is the woman that has to solve it, or somebody else. It's not the woman.
Auntie Stella, can we talk about your emotions when I come back from town?
Yes.
Can we talk about your emotions or whatever is killing you when I come back from sealing this deal? Maybe this is a one-off thing.
That is exactly what
I'm meeting. I'm meeting
a
this big
one-off.
giant, and if I don't get to meet my Baba now,
You
if I
might
don't-
lose it.
I might lose it.
So this is where you tell your partner, look, we are going to handle whatever issue this is.
Okay.
This is something that I need to lock down and
Yes.
get back quickly to you.
So give your
Speak
word.
to the person. Give your word.
When I
Don't
finish,
brush
I'm
it off.
coming back.
But you know, there are some men that would just say that they be. So I'm going to do business. After I'm the one feeding you.
Let
That is
there
when
be
it
an
becomes an issue.
assurance. I'm going to seal a deal
I'll be
immediately
back to
after
deal
I'm
with the
coming
issue.
home. You see, so they know you have still considered them. So that when you come home, and when you come home, don't pretend you have forgotten what you were discussing before you went out. Come straight to address it.
Sometimes we will pretend we have forgotten, not because of anything, because we feel that when we bring that topic up again, it's going to bring another nagging war.
No, but whatever you do,
war is
so-
just war of
Okay.
Nsamawa. So we will find a nice way.
But you can't keep brushing the problem. under
Thank
the
you.
carpet.
It will live
That's
to
another-
face you
That
another
is
day.
where, it becomes like a Pandora's box.
I wish we could continue this conversation, but finally, I beg, let my director give me just 1 minute. Should we give each other space in marriage? Like, I want to have my space.
Space
lady.
is relative.
It's relative. It's really
Space
relative.
to do what?
I want to I want to be myself. I want
to refresh?
More or less like I want to be alone. I don't want
Is it
any...
to refresh, to be a bit innovative, to think about your work, to relax, but not space as to do what you like.
Constant space.
Whatever affects you affects us.
Exactly.
So I won't give you space to go out there and have a feel of yourself, enjoy people, do what pleases
And
you,
mess around them.
and trouble comes, and the
then I
trouble
have to
affect
deal
you,
with it.
and affect
Now, it wouldn't
me.
be just you.
Thank
It will
you.
be both of us.
Exactly.
Thank you. So space, is it for your progress in life, to advance your cause, to bring home enhancement, to improve our life? That space we will give you. But space to do what pleases you. That
Selfishly.
tomorrow, thank you, something happens and it is me and you. No.
Okay.
Such space, no.
Thank you very much, lady and gentlemen. The show has been Moans Cuddles with me, Patricia Rocksod Hammond. We discuss balancing individuality and togetherness in marriage. Please, man and woman, spouses, don't be selfish. Every day come to an understanding, as my panels discussed. Let us all come to a level ground and understand each other. The key thing is communication. At the same time next week, stay blessed.